Welcome back to Overtime Heroics. I'm Mason Shatwell, and joining me today is Mr. Jonny Brocklesby, who will be fighting on the upcoming Almighty Fighting Championship card. Johnny, how are you, man?
I'm good, thanks.
That's great to hear. How do you feel ahead of your fight with Richard?
How do I feel? Good. Everything's going to plan. My weight's on point. My fitness is good. It's all coming together. It's maybe the first camp I've had where I haven't had any niggles or injuries to deal with. So it's going well, thanks.
I think this is your first fight, I believe, since 2020. I think in February in MMA. Anyway, how are you feeling to be back in there? Does it feel good to have a fight booked?
Yeah. I mean, I sneaked one in February just before lockdown, and then it's been rubbish. It's been rubbish for us all. Not being able to train. It's the routine I miss, just because I've always had the routine for the last 10 years, and then it's just took away from you. It's like, God, what am I going to do?
Well, I was speaking to the promoter of the show, Ray Thompson, and I asked him what does he think about your fight, and he said that he believes you're going to put the pace on him, and Richard may be more calculated, like take his time more. Do you think that's a fair statement that we can expect from this fight?
I can't really comment because I've not looked at him. The way I do it, I tend to just focus on myself. My coaches will have a look and they'll come up with a game plan and tell me what I've got to do and what to expect. But I don't really look through my opponent's past fights. I just focus on myself and what I'm gonna do.
Fingers crossed you come out of this fight injury free. If so, how many more times do you want to compete this year?
What are we in? July, August. So it'll be August. I'll probably get another one in, yeah.
That'll be good to see. Obviously, I remember a lot of people call you Mr. Almighty himself just because of how many times you've been on the show. What is it with Almighty that you like competing on their show so much?
Well, I was an amateur for him, but I've kind of grown through Almighty from being an amateur to an amateur champion. I got the chance to go to Larnaca in Cyprus and fight for an international title. That was through Almighty, and I won that. I came back. I actually lost my title. And I came back from Larnaca, and it was. I think the current welterweight was stripped of it, and so it was vacant. I think he pulled out maybe 2 or 3 times when he should have been defended. So I jumped in on a week's notice and won back my title, and then I was like, do you know what? I've got 2 amateur titles. I'll turn pro on a high, rather, because I ain't like got a lot of time left in it. What am I now? 39 now. So maybe I'm only going to carry on for another. I'll do it fight by fight, see how they go. Yeah. But I feel good in my sen, no injuries, everything's. But it's I mean, I didn't start till I was 27, so I ain't got that many miles on the clock, but I'm coming to the end of my career, so I'll take it fight by fight, maybe have a couple more years.
Well, you was the Almighty champion at welterweight, and Richard was the Almighty champion at featherweight, and you're now meeting at lightweight. Do you think weight will be an issue at all now?
No, I mean he was fairly young, wasn't he, at featherweight, so he's grown. I don't think there's going to be a massive size difference because obviously he's still growing. He's young. He's still growing. So he's just grown out of featherweight. So I expect him to be similar size to me.
100%. And for people that aren't too aware of yourself, what would you say is your biggest tool in your arsenal?
My grappling. my grappling, my wrestling, my pressure, my constant moving forward, relentless, just keep like maybe Ray's seen in my fights. I keep the pace and don't have a break.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have a rest. Just keep going.
How did you first get involved with MMA?
It started off as a hobby. I was just doing it once or twice a week. I actually got into jiu-jitsu first, and when I received my blue belt, I sort of moved to wrestling, and then my coach was encouraging me to come to the striking classes, and then he was like, "Have you ever thought about competing?" And then soon as I competed that first time, that was it. I had the bug.
100%. And after this fight, win, lose or draw, would you like to be on any of the other upcoming fights for Almighty?
Yeah, sure. I mean, if I stay fit and training, I mean, they've got a couple more this year, so I'm not down for fighting on them. But if there's any 70 kilo pull-outs or out, I can be ready. But I'm just going to see how this one goes before I actually plan put another one into my diary and start a camp for it. I'm just going to see how this one goes first.
100%. And for yourself, obviously, as I mentioned, you previously have competed at welterweight. Is this weight cut for yourself not going to be an issue at all?
No, it should be fine. I mean, I did 5.5 key for my last fight. It did feel like it was a bit much. So I'm aiming just to do 4 key. I'm aiming to get my weight down sooner and aim for just doing the 4 key.
Yeah,
As soon as I start getting, I think it was the last key and a half that was a struggle to get out. So, so I think I'm more or less at my limit.
I know people get inspired and motivated in different ways, but what keeps you motivated to fight?
I just enjoy it. I enjoy the training. Even when I pack it in from competing, I'll still be training. I'll still be. It's part of my life now.
100%. And when you're in the gym training each day, who pushes you the furthest?
Who? I would say Dan, Justin, and JP Sutton.
Well, I know you're very busy, so I've just got one more. Can we get a quick prediction for your fight and how it's going to end?
How it's going to end? Submission, second round.
Perfect. We love to see it. Jonny, it's been a pleasure, man, and I can't wait to see you on fight night.